Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Welcome back. This one goes out to all of you getting ready to study in Australia,
That's right.
getting ready for that big adventure.
Huge.
And we know one of the biggest things on your mind
Oh, yeah.
is figuring out where you're going to live.
Absolutely.
So many options out there.
Where do you even start?
Right. Dorms, shared houses, studio apartments,
So many websites.
endless websites.
Endless forums, Facebook groups. Yeah.
That's why we're here.
We've got you.
I'm going to break it all down.
Break it down.
Make it easy for you to figure out
Easy peasy.
the best accommodation for you.
Exactly.
Okay, so first things first,
First things first.
let's talk about the main types of accommodation you're likely to come across in Australia. We've got dorms,
Classic.
shared housing,
Very popular.
and studio apartments.
If you can swing it.
So let's start with dorms.
Okay.
What's the dorm life like down under?
Well, if you're a social butterfly,
Oh.
dorms are amazing.
Yeah.
You're surrounded by other students.
Constant action.
Exactly. Instant friends, instant community.
Built-in social life,
Definitely.
and probably the most affordable option, right?
Usually. Yeah.
But I'm guessing privacy's a bit limited.
That's the trade-off.
Right.
Shared kitchens, bathrooms, common areas.
So you're always bumping into people.
Pretty much.
All right, so maybe not for everyone.
Depends on your personality.
Okay, so what about shared housing?
Shared housing.
Sounds like a good middle ground.
It can be, yeah.
A bit more independence than dorms.
Definitely more space.
Yeah.
Usually your own room.
Space.
Maybe a shared bathroom.
Okay.
But the kitchen and living areas are shared.
Right.
So still some social interaction.
But also some peace and quiet when you need it.
Exactly.
How does it compare cost-wise?
It depends on the location and the number of housemates.
Right.
But generally, it's more affordable than a studio apartment.
Okay, this makes sense.
But the key thing with shared housing,
is finding compatible housemates.
oh, huge.
You've got to be on the same page.
Yeah.
About things like cleanliness,
Oh, yeah.
noise levels,
Definitely.
and guest policies.
Ooh,
that's a big one.
Yeah, got to set those boundaries early
That
on.
makes sense.
Avoid so much drama later.
Right.
So good communication is key.
Okay, so we've covered dorms, shared housing.
Social options.
Exactly. And then we've got studio apartments
The independent option.
for those who value their privacy.
Just their own space.
Their own kitchen.
Their own everything.
Sounds pretty sweet.
It is.
It probably comes with a hefty price tag.
That's the catch.
Right.
Studio apartments are definitely the priciest option.
Yeah, especially in the big cities, right?
Oh, especially.
Sydney, Melbourne.
Yeah, rent can be sky high there.
Okay, so location is a big factor.
Huge factor.
Not just in terms of the type of accommodation,
Right.
but also where it's located.
It's exact.
It's like living right on campus versus further out.
Yeah, that's a big decision. So convenient to be right next to your classes.
Super convenient.
But I bet you pay a premium for that convenience.
Oh, absolutely.
From maybe living a little further out.
Yeah.
Taking public transport or biking.
Good exercise.
Could save you a lot of money.
Potentially hundreds of dollars a month.
Wow, that's significant.
Good adds up.
And I imagine there's also a difference between living in a big city
Oh, yeah.
versus a smaller town.
Definitely.
Cost of living in general.
Everything is cheaper in smaller towns.
Rent, groceries.
Even entertainment.
So it's all about weighing your priorities.
What's most important to you?
Convenience, cost, lifestyle.
City buzz or a quieter pace?
Exactly.
It's all about finding the right fit.
Okay, so we've talked about the types of accommodation
The pros and cons.
and the importance of location.
Location, location, location.
But let's be real.
Let's be real.
One of the biggest concerns for students
The big one,
is money.
money, money, money.
How to make it stretch.
How to afford this whole adventure.
Exactly. So let's talk budgeting.
All right.
Essential budgeting tips for students in Australia.
Tip number 1,
Hit me.
set a realistic budget
Okay.
before you even start looking at places.
Got it.
Figure out how much you can actually afford to spend.
On everything.
Everything. Rent, utilities,
Utilities, what are we talking?
electricity, gas, water, internet,
Right.
groceries, transportation.
Textbooks.
Don't forget those.
And a little fun money.
Of course, gotta enjoy yourself.
Explore your new home
Exactly. So factor all of that in.
so you don't end up broke.
Exactly.
Now, are there any resources available to help students with these costs?
Oh, yeah. Australia has some great programs.
Like what?
Well, there's youth allowance,
Okay.
which is a government payment.
To help with living expenses.
Right. And there's rent assistance.
Which helps with, well, rent.
Exactly. And many universities offer scholarships or bursaries specifically for accommodation.
Wow, that's amazing.
So definitely check those out.
Don't leave any money on the table.
No way.
Okay, so even with financial assistance,
Right.
good budgeting habits are still crucial.
Couldn't agree more.
What are some practical tips?
Well, first of all,
Yeah.
don't be afraid to negotiate rent.
Really?
Yeah, especially in a competitive market.
Makes sense.
Landlords are sometimes willing to negotiate.
To secure a good tenant.
Exactly.
Okay, what else?
Hunt for student discounts.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Transportation, entertainment.
Even food.
Nice.
And my final tip,
The golden rule.
avoid impulse purchases.
That's a tough one.
It is, but those little things add up.
The coffee here, a snack there.
Suddenly your budget's blown.
Okay, so we've got our budget sorted.
We're financially savvy.
Now, the fun part,
Friends.
finding the perfect pad.
The dream digs.
Where do we even start?
Well, in this digital age,
Yeah.
online resources are your best friend.
Okay.
Tons of websites and apps dedicated to accommodation.
Give me some names. For shared housing, flatmates.com.au is really popular.
Okay.
Domain is another good one.
Got it.
And for studios or apartments, realestate.com.au is a go-to.
All right, so we can browse listings,
See what's out there.
get a feel for prices.
Exactly.
What about real estate agents?
They can be helpful,
Yeah.
especially if you're short on time.
Or not familiar with the area.
Right. They can guide you.
But they do charge fees, right?
They do.
So factor that in.
Absolutely.
Okay, any other avenues for finding accommodation?
Don't underestimate the power of networking.
Word of mouth.
Exactly.
So talk to other students.
Join student forums, Facebook groups.
People are always sharing tips and leads.
You might find a hidden gem.
Okay, so let's fast forward.
We found a place.
Excited.
Moving day is approaching.
What are the key things to remember?
To make this transition as smooth as possible,
Okay, lay it on me.
first and foremost, documents.
Documents, right?
Make sure you have everything in order.
Like what?
Your lease agreement.
Read it carefully.
Every single word,
Understand the terms and conditions.
especially about rent increases.
And notice periods.
I don't want any surprises.
Nope. What else?
Visa requirements.
Right, make sure your visa is sorted.
Well, in advance.
Don't leave it to the last minute.
Never a good idea.
And depending on the accommodation,
Yeah.
you might need proof of income.
Or references from previous landlords.
So be prepared.
Be prepared.
Okay, documents checked. What about packing essentials?
Oh, yeah. Good one.
Australia is a whole other continent.
Different plugs, different voltages.
So an adapter is a must.
Absolutely essential.
Pack light, but smart.
Bring a few comfort items.
Photos, a favorite blanket,
Whatever makes you feel at home.
and most importantly,
Don't forget.
a sense of adventure.
Yes. Embrace the new experience.
All right, we're on the ground, we're settled in.
We're ready to go.
What are some things students can do to really make the most of their time in Australia?
Connect with people.
Others
Housemates, neighbors.
build a community
Exactly. Those early connections.
that make a world of difference.
Feeling at home in a new place.
And explore your surroundings.
Get to know your neighborhood.
The best coffee shops, the parks,
The hidden gems.
and don't be afraid to reach out for support,
Universities have amazing resources.
specifically for international students.
Take advantage of them.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground here.
A lot of info.
Different types of accommodation,
Pros and cons.
location,
Wait.
budgeting,
Finding the right place.
settling in.
We've got you covered.
So, as you start your search,
For that perfect Aussie home,
here's a final thought.
a question to ponder.
Beyond the practicalities,
Yeah.
what kind of experience do you want to have?
While you're studying in Australia,
Do you picture yourself
in a bustling social hub,
surrounded by people,
or a quiet study haven,
peace and quiet?
or somewhere in between,
It's your adventure.
choose wisely.
Best of luck in your journey.
Have an amazing time.
We'll be back next week with another deep dive.
See you then.
Bye for now.
Bye.